Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. I decided to, with my image here, that I will be doing a little bit more work on with the toilet paper. I am going to take some, I think, script on here, and I may darken up the hair a little bit. I put some black enamel accents on the eye, which I'm going to have to fix, but it needs to dry because that just isn't going to fly with me. And I put some stickles on the flowers, if you can see that, to kind of, I don't want to get too much in your face. Excuse me. So what I decided, because I liked this technique, and I saw this first from a friend of mine years back that did this tissue rolled up on wood. It was amazing technique that she used. I may try to incorporate some of it into here, but I decided to do a start to finish canvas. It's about time I do a canvas, so I am going to incorporate this into an actual canvas using some paper lines that I've wanted to use. And when you do this, you want to get out as much as you can as far as what you're going to use. So to the left of me, I have my stencils, and we're going to do this together. This is one of the paper lines I chose from designer paper from K&C from Michaels, and I'll show you the two for now that I have chosen. One is like a stitched, I want to put this on it to show you the reference to the colors, and this has stitching in it, and I'm going to do the opening on this canvas like a zipper opening. So I really like the idea of having these zigzag faux stitching on here. Let me get it up there and see if you can see it right close up. And then I'm going to incorporate some chocolate brown Stampin' Up! Paper because it's nice and thick. And so when you put those together, it really shines because you have that teal in this paper. I think it'll look really good. So that's where we're going to begin. And I took out my Inktense pencils. I have the 72 and the 24. And if you can believe it, I found this glass. Well, this used to be my water dish until I got a good water painting container, but I used to use this glass jar in it, and there are let's see, 96 Inktense pencils just right there. Look at that. That is 96, and isn't that nice? You can just go for your color combos there, and it turned out perfect. It's just a nice glass dish, so you can put those out of the way and never have to grab for them again. So I thought that was kind of cool. So get first of all a canvas. Now I like the staples in the back when they do a canvas. I'm not, super experienced in this, but I do know I don't like the staples. Let me get this out of here. Stapled here on the edges. I like it to be stapled and pushed to the back. So at Michael's, when they had their sale on, this is 100% cotton duck archival quality, 7-ounce unprimed, so we're going to have to prime it. It's hand stitched and back stapled. You want to look for that. Acid-free titanium acrylic gesso. It is gessoed, but I always put a little layer of gesso on it anywho. And professional frame construction with kiln-dried beveled stretcher bars. Awesome. So I'm really glad I found this one. I was going to go with a small canvas. This measures 12 by 12, but if you go any smaller, you're going to lose your paper. So let's get started. You're going to need some gesso. I'm sorry, I'm opening up Mod Podge. You're going to need Mod Podge. And I chose to use some of these. I have tons of these rolls in the musical notes. I'm going to use some of that. We are going to use stencils. So what I chose to get out here, you can choose whatever stencils you would like in your canvas. So I am going to go with this Baroque. I'm going to use a little bit in there. I'm going to grab this Martha Stewart. I keep them in the plastic here because it's so sharp. But the butterfly, I'm going to use this is from Michaels. And this is the print. The art is just another way of expression print. And I don't know if I'm going to get into this Homeland one. It's just a painting folk art stencil, but it has some nice sentiments in there, but we will see because there's only so much space, right? So let's get out our gesso. We're going to need I took some vellum. I'm going to incorporate vellum into this. This is Stampin' Up! Awesome. I think this is 45 pound vellum cardstock. Sorry, I was just looking out. I've got all my flowers. I have a big chest full of flowers here, like a antique chest that has a top and a bottom that comes out. And I put my smaller flowers on the top and my larger ones in the bottom. And then I have a crate full of doilies. So we're going to pick out some doilies, but that's probably going to be in video number 2. I like to use pouncers and these sponge applicators. So in another glass bowl, because I like to see everything up front, what I'm using, get yourself a nice sponge. And I like the pouncers in all kinds of shapes and sizes. I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Distress Stain. This one is, I picked out the Victorian Velvet, of course. You want to use some modeling paste. I make my own, but this is nice and small because of the space I'm working with right here. And let's get started. Let's get my Chinese stick here. Remember, I collect these every time I go out for Chinese food. And I'm going to take my gesso, and even though it's it's already gessoed, I still like to put some on there. So there you have it. Just that'll work. Let's see, I won't close it up. Have your paper towels close by. And I think it's nice to, I love doing canvases. I like them for memory keeping and, you know, just hanging on your wall. I have a couple hanging right here that end up, I think I'm close by here. I'll show you this one in my craft room that I did up. And this was called Stillness. I don't know if you can see this. There's one corner. And I use Lindy Stamp Gang and I put Stillness down the side here. This is a 18 by 14 canvas. And they're just beautiful when they're completed. There it is there. And this had the same, where I folded the card. I want you just to get this here. Where I folded the card stock back to look like a folded picture on each side. And I did 4 layers. So it looked aged, Victorian. And these were homemade flowers I did with, this is with, oh, what's that weaving? That burlap. This is a zipper rose. You can see the zipper in there. It's a zipper rose I made. And this is a tape rose that I made with medical tape. I did roses with all kinds of things. This one here is homemade. And there's my zipper along the bottom that came out of this zipper rose. I ran it across there. So there's so much you can do with, there's some painter's tape. And anyhow, that's the one I have hanging in one of them in my room here that I did. So let's get our prime with our gesso. And like I said, I will not, I want to keep it in frame because it's pre-gessoed. I don't know, it's psychological. Can I tell you? Everything is psychological with art, isn't it? You do things because that's the way you do things. And when it just helps the paper stick, it helps things not saturate like all the way through like your paints. And that's all you needed. Then I might take a tad to do the sides, because the sides make your piece. They really do. Because when you hang a piece on the wall, excuse me, you see the sides, right? And then when you take this in the light, you can tell where you gessoed and where you didn't. Did I show you this one I'm using? This gesso, acrylic gesso. This is from Michaels. Use your coupon. And put a little bit on here and the back. And I just thought, I know how much I like doing a canvas, so I'm going to put a paper towel piece here to put all of my things. I'm going to sit down and we are going to start this endeavor of taking that toilet tissue art. It's sculptured art, and there we are. I know this isn't a card, but it is truly, it's like look at it as a 12 by 12 card. Look at, it's almost dry. Isn't that something? There we are. And I didn't, on the next stretch I'll get out all of I have containers just for doing like metal art and all of my wooden pieces and my jewelry and like jewels and everything you put into your canvases. I have them in crate, like organizers from Michaels that are just stacked. And that's it. So you want to gesso the front. We've got that complete, and I'm going to sit down, and here's where the fun begins, right here. So you want to undo your, well, first of all, I'm going to grab another one of these, and I'm going to, I don't know how much paper I'm going to use on here, but I want to have an undercover in the middle. So just, this will give it a little shake here. And press down. There we go. Here it comes. And this is this Victorian pink here. And what is this again? Victorian velvet. Press down. That's what releases the ink. And I only want this down the center because the rest will be covered up with that paper. So decide, you know, pick out your colors. Whoa, I used this before. That's not good. Get that on there. And you want to keep your heat tool handy And this is where it's nice if you could fast forward this. Get that down a little bit. But I like watching process videos start to finish, because then I know exact steps that they're taking to do a piece of art. Okay, that's all you need there. Isn't it funny that this canvas pretty well takes up the space here? Now I want to grab a zipper. I should have had that ready. So let me get that out in 2 seconds here. And this is, you can see down in here, I housed all things. This is my doilies on top. I like I'll use this ball one on the zipper. And the tray comes out, and then I have all my jewels on the bottom. Well, not all of them, but this is a recollection holder. And it has like my Velcro and my snaps and things that I use. Here we are. And so here's where I am going to have the zipper open. Right like this. Okay? So be nice if this would just come undone. So I'm not squeezing it here. There we go, it's coming. So just in case. There we go. And I will pull this pretty close to the paper, so not much worries there, but I'll use some Distress inks in there as well on the zipper. And there we go. Okay, so we have this. My zipper is going to open like this, somewhere in there. And let's get our paper. I have this one paper line. And it's vellum. I'm thinking I may, now that I look at this, switch gears with this. Just for I haven't even opened this one. I bought 2 of them, remember? There. I kind of like this right here. And this is beautiful vellum. This collection is the vellum Paper Stash of Vellum Wallflower. So I know I only want this. You almost hate to rip it up, but I want this little piece right here. Isn't that gorgeous? So let's get out our Mod Podge and let's put this down first where I want that. And I think it'll be right there. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to pour some out in the lid. Hold that there. I'm running low on this one, on this Mod Podge, because I use matte a lot, but I want to use this up. So let's do this for now. Just get it wet where you want to add it. And that pink background looks pretty awesome. There we are. Doesn't that look good? There we go. We're rolling now. And that one little tissue paper art brought this to my mind to do a canvas. This is the fun part. You think cards are fun. This is absolutely stretches your imagination to the max. And picking up some of that pink is good. Okay. Just get under there. And with this, you are going to get dirty. You might as well just stretch this out on the canvas. I don't mind wrinkles and crinkles. That's really what makes a canvas, right? And then when this dries, it dries clear. I just want to make sure it has enough of the Mod Podge. I used to say Mod Podge all the time. I don't know how many times I got corrected on that. So now I say Mod Podge. It's your Mod Podge. There we go. So that'll dry nicely. Keep those as many little crinkly wrinklies as possible. Adds character. Just not on us when we get older. People say, oh, those creases in your face, your character lines. I don't like them. Laugh lines. Is that what they call them? There you go. So you have some pink, you have that, you have your pink zipper that now the ink moved out, and you're going to see only like that. See what I mean? A lot of this gets, I'm pressing down, a lot of this gets covered. Press it into your canvas. This one has had the biscuit there. Okay, now let's rip into our paper. Start, let's see, the zipper goes this way, so let's go one here like this, and this one here like this. Okay, once again, you're going to add all kinds of flowers, but you want to butt that up to your zipper. There we go. Okay, and you can add some here if you like to give it a little bit of pink. And on the edge, it's amazing how that'll change in time. Oh, talk about time. I gotta get rolling here. Okay, so we have these two pieces for now. that I am going to take alongside my zipper, and I'm going to work on top of the paper. So whatever I do will be, let's see, pull this up here, this can tuck here. I'm going to take some of this off, like so, keep that along there. Okay, that over there. Let's get our wonderful tissue image. Isn't that something? I'm not going to waste time looking for that. It'll pop up in a second. But let's move this down and that down. So we're going to have to work this